What is a triangle? Triangle is a three-sided polygon, which means it has three sides, it has three angles, and most importantly, it's closed. So closed means it doesn't leave any open ends. So there are many types of triangles, and I'll go through each and every one of them. And I've divided based on its sides and based on its angles. So let's start with its sides. So a triangle which has all of its sides as equal is called an equilateral triangle. So all of its sides would be equal. The next type of triangle is in which it has two sides equal, excluding the third side. So two of its sides will be equal. And it's called an isosceles triangle. And the next type of triangle is called a scalene triangle. And in this triangle, all of its sides are unequal. So we can say that it's the opposite of an equilateral triangle because none of its sides are equal. So that's all about the sides. And now let's talk about the angles. So in a triangle, if one of its angle is a right angle, we draw something like this if it's a right angle, and it is called a right-angled triangle. We can only have one angle as its right angle, because if we have two angles as right angle, then it can never be a triangle. And right angle is very important in mathematics because we'll be using it a lot in trigonometry in the higher classes. And next is the obtuse angled triangle. From the name itself, we can understand that one of its angle will be obtuse. Just like the right angle, in this also we can only have one of its angle as obtuse. So an obtuse angle means that it's greater than 90 degrees and it's lesser than 180 degrees. So you can understand that if we have two obtuse angles, then we can never produce a triangle. Now, the next type of triangle is called an acute angled triangle. So in an acute angled triangle, all of its three angles will be less than 90 degrees. So this angle is less than 90 degrees. This angle is less than 90 degrees, and this angle is also less than 90 degrees. The angle doesn't have to be similar, it just has to be less than 90 degrees. Now that we learned about the different types of triangles, let's learn about the properties of a triangle. So the first one is a triangle has three sides, three angles, and three vertices. So this is something we've learned before, but let's recap. So three sides means it has 1, 2, and 3 sides, and it has three angles, so 1, 2, and 3 angles, and has three vertices. So vertex is a point where two lines meet. So you can see that it has three vertices as well. The sum of all internal angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. This is called the angle sum property of a triangle. So these angles which I've marked is called an internal angle. There are external angles as well, but now we'll be dealing with internal angles and we'll talk about external angles later. The third one. The sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. So if I add this side and this side, we can see that it will be greater than this side. So that is a property of a triangle. If you add any two sides of any triangle, then it will always be greater than the third side. The side opposite to the largest angle of a triangle is the largest side. So this is kind of obvious because in order to accommodate a small side, the angle has to be just this wide. But just imagine if the same angle has to accommodate a bigger side, then the angle has to stretch wider, in order to accommodate the line. So that's all what that line means. Any exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. This is called the exterior angle property of a triangle. So before we talk about the rule, we need to know what an exterior angle is. So an exterior angle is an angle formed between an extension of a side and the adjacent side of that side. So this is an exterior angle. And let's look at this. This is an extension of this side and this is the adjacent side. So this is an exterior angle. And let's draw another angle, another line, another extension. So if you look over here, this is the extension and this is the adjacent of that extension. So this is another exterior angle. And over here, similarly, this is an exterior angle and this is an exterior angle. So the rule says that an exterior angle, let's select this one, is equal to the sum of its opposite interior angles. So we have already talked about interior angles. So this says that if I add up the opposite interior angles of an exterior angle, then it is equal to the exterior angle. So if I name this angle 1 and this 2 and this is 3, then angle 1 will be equal to sum of angle 2 and 3. Maybe we will do one more angle. Let's select this angle. So let's call this angle 4. And this is angle 5. And you can see that these are the two opposite exterior angles of the opposite interior angles, of this exterior angle. So we can say that angle 4 is equal to the sum of angles 2 and angle 5. I hope you got the idea of this, and this is all for this video. I'll see you in the next video.